So I just wanted to do a real quick video on this Hot Wheels RC car, like a little tiny little RC car. Now I've unboxed it, I've opened it up, I'd been playing with it a bit, and straight off the bat I had some problems with it. So I did what it said, charged it up. Now you have to use, apparently these, quite a lot of these are actually different. You have to look specifically for a 5 volt 1 amp charger, whatever these things are called. So charged it up just before. Set in focus. Yep. Okay, so the issue was that straight off the bat, I put it on the kitchen floor and I zoomed it along, and it sort of went immediately underneath the fridge. So I pulled it out, and then after that, I had issues with it. I thought, is it broken or is it faulty? What's wrong with it? So it would go really slowly and it wouldn't turn to one side. Under boost it seemed to be quite good, but then it sort of seemed to crawl along and didn't want to move, and it was making some very funny sort of laboured electrical engine noise and stuff like that. So I thought, okay, what's wrong with it? So anyway, cutting a long story short, it was basically very susceptible to dust and dirt. So it hasn't got much ground clearance at all. And if you've got quite a dusty, well, it doesn't even have to be that dusty or dirty. All it takes is one slight bit of fluff, and it will get gunked up, and then it will stop functioning. So I thought I'd just do I'll just do a little quick video on what to do. Now, when you charge it up, you use this supplied, plugs into the USB, and that just plugs into the bottom there. And then once it says it's got a red light that shines, and then when it's fully charged, it will illuminate green. It doesn't take very long at all, about 10-15 minutes at the most. Okay, so you need to, with a Phillips head screwdriver, just unscrew the base. Now, I presume people are going to need to do this, so I thought I'll do a video just to show that it's quite a simple thing to do, because you're going to need to do it. There's no getting around. You're going to use it on the floor. You're going to get gunk and dust in there, and it's going to stop functioning properly. So rather than take it back, I thought, because I almost thought about taking this one back to the shop, because I thought, oh, it's definitely faulty. So look at this. There you go, all this dust. So you just want to carefully pull it all out. Now, you could use it on a table, but I think it's probably a little bit too fast to use on a table. It's good for a floor, but it's got such little ground clearance. So you want to keep it away from any rugs or carpet. It won't run on carpet, but if your floor is completely immaculate with no fluff at all, you'll probably be all right. But I mean, it just took the tiniest bit initially, and it just gunked everything up. So once you've got all this off, right, so get that out of that's the front axle. Okay, so you just want to look underneath here. Just make sure there's nothing in the body. Okay, so there's nothing in the axle. Then this is the tricky part. Okay, you want to be super delicate with this. Now I'll see if I can I'll just see if I can push this down. Okay, so what you want to do, just see if it focuses, because it didn't seem to be focusing. Now hang on, I'll just turn the light on. Might help if I actually had the light on in the room. Okay. So, okay, that's in focus now. Right, so the main issue when it stops driving, turning, and the engine's very laboured is in this part here. This is where the drive unit is and the two motors. So because it doesn't actually have like a sort of steering system on it on the front wheels, it uses the back. So one engine will turn, the other one won't, or they'll turn less to make a right or left turn. Okay, so you have to be so delicate because of the battery and these cables. Don't break the cable. So the way I did was just very gently push these axles up. Very, very gently. Hardly any force. And see, it just pops up. Okay, so once it's popped up, just very carefully put the engine back. And then see, there's a piece of fluff right there in the engine. So if you have like a pair of tweezers or something like that, that would be quite good. And then you just gently, don't pull the engine out, just pull a little bit of fluff out. See, there's a bit of fluff in this one as well, under here. See that? So what you can do is you can just pull the engine very gently. Now don't pull them out because there's obviously cables going into here and they're actually loose fit. You just pull that out a little bit and have a look. There's a bit of fluff just inside there as well. Just very gently. So if you had like a bit of compressed air in one of those cans for computers, you could use a little bit of that, just go and blow that out very carefully. Now these axles, you can see in there, you can see there's a bit of fluff in there as well in the center. So you see these are little plastic bearings there and there. So what you can do is you just gently pull that out. Okay, so then you look in there, see if there's anything in there. Okay, you can just blow that out very carefully. Okay, so just pop that down for a second very, very gently. Now when you do that, make sure the power's off and you've got dry hands. Okay, so then you just want to very carefully pull out any fluff from inside the axle. Like so. So it's not very difficult to actually get fluff in there at all or anything. So all it takes is one little bit of fluff and it will just quite literally eat it up. So then if you had the compressed air can, you just blow in there, but just blow by mouth. Okay. So just have another look. Still a little bit in there. So if you had some tweezers, just very gently get that out with your fingers. And then in here you've got the cogs. So you want to be very delicate around the cogs. Don't scratch anything or anything like that. Okay, so now I'm pretty confident that that's good enough now. There's just one little tiny bit in there, but I don't suppose that's going to make too much difference. Okay, so then you want to very gently, so you got to make sure you centralize those little plastic bearings. So it can be, this part can actually be quite tricky. You want to just support that. Hang on, it might be better. I'll just pop that down for a sec. So you want to have each bearing like that, and then you can just drop it down like that. So have it on the base, and then this bit's a very tricky part. So make sure you don't catch any of the little tiny wires. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to very gently and carefully hold that like that. Okay, don't lift it by the wheels because they'll pop out. Okay, so what you want to do, okay, don't know whether you'll have to practice with this, so practice will make it a lot easier. You just hold that gently like that. Now I've screwed that up. Actually, hang on a second. It's quite hard looking through the aspect of a iPad and then trying to do this at the same time. Okay, so what you want to do is make sure those cables are on the outside, and then you want to gently just, don't force it. If it doesn't want to go, don't force it. You might want to actually jiggle it about. So see, the engines and the cogs are just gonna gently fall in. So they're gonna be supported by there, but you just want to make sure that you don't force it, and they'll be just located in like that. So they basically just want to fall in. So these cables, make sure they don't get trapped in there, and they'll be supporting the motors. So if you hold the unsigned down, the motors won't fall out completely, but they might be slightly misaligned. So when you put it in, just make sure you follow that and you push that in. I mean, it's a bit fiddly, but you as long as you're patient and you don't force it, then you won't have any problems. So then you just don't want to have the cable or anything snagged. So you just make sure that you can check there's no gap around there. That's flush. Okay, so you want to then just have that on the base again, and then you can pop that back in, the front axle back in, so that will sit located in that little channel. And then you want to put the back of the car, this part, it's got like a groove in the back there. You just want to very carefully locate that onto there. You feel that locates into there, and then you don't want to force it. So if there's any issues where you feel like it's going to be forced, don't try and force it, just very gently. It should basically just fall into place. Okay, so you just want to make sure with those cables, let's have a look. Make sure that you can push the cables very gently just down into here, and then they should just put it on the back there, and then that should have no resistance. That should just go on there, and then you should be able to just very carefully put the screw back in. Now remember, don't over tighten it, it's only plastic. You just very gently just, once you start feeling a bit of resistance, you just feel the resistance there, stop. You can feel the torque of tiny bit of resistance. Okay, you just want to check each wheel is fine. Okay, so then you've got to get some batteries, pop some batteries in this, and then I will show you how it goes. So just bear with for 1 second. just take these batteries out of this and pop them in. I've got some rechargeables for my light, you see, so just pop the batteries in there. Now there's a back part that you pop over here and then it screws in, but basically when you put the batteries in, you just want to make sure that they contact. These are just old rechargeables. So the light will start flashing. Can you see the light? No, you can't. There you go. See the light flashing? That means it's pairing. So then you want to turn the car on, right? And then you want to just hold it, and you want to just make sure left and right that it's paired. Okay, so I'll go and take it onto the kitchen floor, and I will just show you very quickly. There's the cat. Excuse Pantera. I'll just pop it down. Now, right, so forward, back. So forward and right, left. So beforehand it wasn't doing this at all. It was just making a terrible noise and it wasn't going anywhere. So now it's got no problem at all. And then super boost button, which is this one here, super boost. So it zooms off 90 miles an hour. So yeah, not bad, but it's just a bit finicky with the smallest amount of dust is going to clog up. So I hope this video helps you out, and don't despair. Patience and be gentle with it, and you can clean it out and then get many more hours of fun out of it. So I hope this helped. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.